Saiga antelope roams the vast steppes of Central Asia, particularly in Kazakhstan, Mongolia, and parts of Russia. Saiga antelope is instantly recognizable due to the large, downward-facing, inflatable nose that filters dust and regulates air temperature. Saiga antelope moves in massive herds across dry grasslands, often covering large distances in search of food and water. Saiga antelope feeds primarily on grasses, herbs, and shrubs, showing remarkable adaptability to harsh, arid conditions. Saiga antelope travels in synchronized groups, offering protection against predators like wolves and humans. Saiga antelope uses keen eyesight and sensitive hearing to detect movement from long distances. Saiga antelope remains alert even while grazing, always scanning the horizon for threats. Saiga antelope relies on speed and agility to escape danger, capable of reaching high speeds across open plains. Saiga antelope follows migratory patterns dictated by seasonal changes, moving hundreds of kilometers between summer and winter habitats. Saiga antelope grows a thick, woolly coat in winter to survive freezing temperatures and sheds it in warmer months. Saiga antelope prefers flat, treeless terrain where visibility is high and danger can be spotted early. Saiga antelope gives birth during spring, when grass is abundant and conditions are favorable for raising young. Saiga antelope typically produces twins, allowing population recovery when survival rates are high. Saiga antelope mothers nurse the calves in seclusion for a few days before rejoining the herd. Saiga antelope calves are able to walk and follow the herd within hours of birth. Saiga antelope depends heavily on group behavior, as herds provide both physical and social security. Saiga antelope communicates through nasal vocalizations and body movements to signal danger or group shifts. Saiga antelope is known for mass migrations that once numbered in the millions before sharp population declines. Saiga antelope has faced severe threats from illegal hunting, particularly for the horns used in traditional Chinese medicine. Saiga antelope populations dropped drastically in the 1990s and 2000s due to poaching and habitat fragmentation. Saiga antelope experienced catastrophic losses from a bacterial outbreak in 2015, where more than 200,000 saiga antelope died in a matter of weeks. Saiga antelope is now under strict protection in many countries, with conservation efforts aiming to stabilize numbers. Saiga antelope benefits from anti-poaching patrols, breeding programs, and habitat restoration projects. Saiga antelope plays a crucial role in the steppe ecosystem, influencing vegetation patterns and serving as prey for predators. Saiga antelope maintains ecological balance by consuming vast quantities of plants and dispersing seeds through movement. Saiga antelope shares the landscape with other grazers but often dominates due to herd size and mobility. Saiga antelope has fascinated scientists for decades due to the unusual facial structure and evolutionary history. Saiga antelope's nose is not just for looks. Saiga antelope uses the fleshy snout to warm cold air in winter and cool hot air in summer. Saiga antelope faces barriers like fences, roads, and development, which disrupt ancient migratory routes. Saiga antelope can perish during migrations if man-made obstacles or lack of water hinder movement. Saiga antelope needs connected habitats to survive long-term and avoid genetic isolation. Saiga antelope requires constant monitoring and international cooperation to prevent extinction. Saiga antelope is listed as critically endangered on the IUCN Red List, reflecting the fragility of saiga antelope populations. Saiga antelope is a symbol of steppe conservation and biodiversity in Central Asia. Saiga antelope inspires documentaries, wildlife campaigns, and research into climate resilience and adaptation. Saiga antelope shows resilience by bouncing back in numbers when conservation measures are effectively applied. Saiga antelope often gathers near rivers and watering holes during dry seasons to sustain hydration. Saiga antelope may rest in shallow depressions in the ground, allowing camouflage in the landscape. Saiga antelope males grow horns that are translucent and slightly spiraled, used in displays and competition during mating season. Saiga antelope engages in intense battles between males during rutting season to establish dominance. Saiga antelope herds in mating season may include one dominant male with several females, forming temporary harems. Saiga antelope males often face exhaustion after mating season due to constant fighting and lack of feeding. Saiga antelope mortality for males is high during this period, causing imbalance in sex ratio within herds. Saiga antelope continues to survive against all odds, adapting to new challenges with remarkable instinct. Saiga antelope responds to climate change and habitat pressure through shifting migration routes and altering behavior. Saiga antelope, when protected, contributes to local communities through ecotourism and cultural significance. Saiga antelope remains one of the most ancient and peculiar antelope species, dating back to the Ice Age. Saiga antelope's lineage has survived for thousands of years despite repeated environmental upheaval. Saiga antelope represents a living connection to a prehistoric world, unchanged in many ways since early times. Saiga antelope walks the same plains that once held mammoths and saber-toothed cats, a relic of lost epochs. Saiga antelope deserves global attention not only for survival but for what Saiga antelope teaches about adaptation, balance, and resilience. Saiga antelope must be safeguarded through science, awareness, and cross-border cooperation for future generations.